This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today I'm going to tell you how to get an absolute insane amount of iron and copper in V Rising. Let's get to it. So I'm sure you all know that there are copper and iron nodes all over the map, and this chunk of the map you are mainly going to only find copper nodes. However, as you progress further up the map, you will start to find iron nodes and some copper nodes sprinkled in. But what you may not know is there is actually two locations on the map, one specifically for copper and one specifically for iron, that are mines in which you can find an absolute ton of these resources. The copper mine is located here on the map and the iron mine is located here on the map. Note that both of these locations do have a boss inside of them and they have enemies spawning all over the place in and around them. The iron mine is specifically dangerous as there is a giant undead boss that spawns inside of it, and there is a normal V-blood boss that spawns near it and patrols in and around it. It is possible to kill all of the little normal enemies that spawn around and inside of the iron mine before you are able to handle the V-blood boss that patrols it. So if you decide to get to this mine somewhat early before you are ready to fight this boss, make sure you stay out of her line of sight, as well as the undead boss that spawns in it as well. They will fight each other and you can use this time to bypass them and get deeper in the mine and farm the iron that way, but I just wanted to make you aware that the iron mine is rather dangerous. The copper mine is dangerous relatively early on, but you are going to outgear it pretty quickly and be able to go in there and farm up all that copper with no problem. Now that you know that these two mines exist, let's talk about how to maximize your resources within those mines. The first thing you want to do is find someone with worker blood, preferably high level worker blood. This is going to increase the amount of resources you are able to harvest from each node. How many additional resources you are going to get from each node is going to be dependent on how high of a quality of worker blood you have. I did do some testing using 72% quality worker blood. I harvested a copper node with this blood, so this should be somewhere around the 25% increase. They don't specifically tell you how much of an increase you are going to get. It just says between 10 and 30%, and then there's a little bar there where you just kind of got a gauge about how much you're getting. However, I mined a copper node with the 72% quality and I got 111 copper out of the node. I was mining this with a mace, so I was maximizing my resource yields because you want to mine metal with the proper tool, and that would be a mace. Then I changed up my blood type to one that does not give me any bonuses for gathering, and I harvested another copper node. That got me 92 copper. That means with that 72% quality blood getting whatever percentage increase that gave me, I gained an additional 19 copper. An additional 19 copper or 19 iron per node is a pretty hefty amount because that's essentially a whole additional bar and a little bit more towards your next bar if you have your forge in a room and on the proper floor. Now, if you want to take this a step further, you can also do this on a blood moon. Blood moons boost your current blood type by 20%. Now, you may think that sounds like a lot, but it's not really. The way that they do the math here, it's the 20% after all of the other numbers are figured up, and it doesn't stack. So for example, if your blood quality allows you to gain 5 extra of whatever resource, it's going to be 20% on that 5. And we can see this pretty easily with some simple testing. So when I had that 72% quality blood, I also mined during a blood moon. So with 72% quality worker blood and during a blood moon, harvesting a copper node got me 113 copper. And once again, harvesting not on a blood moon with the 72% quality blood got me 111 copper. So we got 2 additional copper by harvesting during a blood moon. So that's a difference of 21 additional copper compared to harvesting without worker blood and without being on a blood moon to harvesting with good worker blood and being during a blood moon. So if you want to absolutely min-max resource gathering, you want to have the highest quality worker blood that you can find and have that during a blood moon, and then just go out during a blood moon and harvest as much of a specific resource that you're looking for as possible. Going to either one of those mines I mentioned at the beginning, you can easily fill your entire inventory with iron or copper in one night. Not to mention that these nodes respawn really quick, so you could easily go to one of these locations, farm up all of the nodes that are there, run it back to your base, and by the time you get back to your base and get back to that mine, most if not all of those nodes in there should have respawned. That is, unless you literally live right next door to the place. There are a lot of different places that you can find workers with decent quality worker blood on the map, but one of my favorite spots is this little farm right here. It's relatively easy to get to, it's pretty much unguarded, and two farmers or worker farmer people spawn there, and they frequently have high-level worker blood. All right, and that's pretty much it for this one. It's just a short, sweet PSA style video. Hopefully it's helped some people that are having metal issues. Now they won't have metal issues. If you did find it helpful or informational, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other helpful videos. And if you have any other tips for resource gathering, please leave a comment down below and let us all know. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to my supporters on Patreon for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.